People assume they have to like get it perfect, and there's this thing I always say, which is there is no stadium. No one gives a about you. No one cares. But everyone thinks when I put this out, there's going to be this massive group of people that are waiting for me to post, and they're going to judge it, and no one gives a. You just have to post. The biggest barrier for people is I need to get this right, but you don't. You just need to do it. Getting involved doesn't mean you're automatically going to be able to do what you need to do, and it is just posting every day. And that, like, honestly, one of the things I've learned is it doesn't really matter what you say. It doesn't matter. As long as you're in people's faces every day, they start to think they know you, and they start to think you're an expert in your field.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Ways to Wealth. Today I'm joined by Nathan. Nathan, why don't you give us the TLDR on who you are and what you get up to?
I'm currently gainfully employed as the Executive Creative Director of an agency called The Attention Seeker. We are a social media agency who last year garnered 1.2 billion views for our 20-odd clients.
Nice. Okay. This is going to be fun because I'm fascinated by independence in distribution and attention. And it's something that I've been thinking about a lot.
It is the currency.
Since starting the podcast especially and fumbling through it.
Yeah.
So it's always good to speak to someone that actually knows what they're doing.
It's interesting because actually we were sort of a social media agency, and then we built a massive following, like 2 million following. And then we realized that actually the following is more important than the product. And so we've now developed a newsletter, which is currently about, I think it's 60,000 subs.
Right.
And we're creating, through that, we've started to sell products like
the AI stuff.
A lot of AI training, webinars.
Yeah.
And it's actually outperforming the agency model in terms of revenue already.
Yeah.
Because we've got a channel, and then we just talk to the channel and say, we've got this product, and then people want it. Rather than the other way around, which is the traditional way to do it, which is here's a product, how do I sell it to people?
Yeah.
So effectively, we're building a little media company.
And you kind of funded it through.
Well, the agency funded it initially, but now it's actually starting to be the other way around.
There's an inflection point where.
Yeah, and it's actually the growth has been really rapid in the last 6 months.
Well, and it's scalable, right?
Yeah,
and the agency problem set is that you are really capped in the amount of clients you can serve.
Yeah, and location based as well. Like New Zealand's not a massive market, so there's a very low ceiling on that amount of clients in New Zealand. So setting up, we've got to go to New York, we've got to go to London, and that's not easy. That's not an easy thing to manage.
Yeah.
But you need both. We need the agency delivers on the expertise, which then allows us to do
it creates the content.
Yeah, exactly. But it also delivers on we know what we're doing, and then that then feeds us our ability to then sell knowledge.
Yeah.
Which is, you have to have the two, really.
Yeah, it reminds me of what we've kind of done over the last 6 years with our business by both having it as a conglomerate where we're actually building up positions in other businesses and actually funding through tech service revenue, essentially, while building out our own, scalable asset that is more incremental but holds a lot of enterprise value and also will serve clients well as we kind of.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at 300 or 400 people on webinars now already. That number can be as big as we want it to be.
Yeah. So what is the split? Are you finding that it is an international audience, or is
fast? It's cool. When we as a brand, because we built those social channels so big, we're across the world. Like we have massive. I mean, Stan and Joni went to New York 2 years ago and were recognised in Times Square multiple times. So we've got the recognition globally.
Well, that's what must feel great about this new step forward, right? Is that you're not bound by the export limitations of the market.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's kind of special.
And it's just the channel. So the channel can go anywhere, right? Like you don't need people for that. Like it's tiny, the amount of people you need to do it. Whereas an agency, you have to staff based on the amount of clients. And
it's lumpy.
It's much more lumpy. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's such an interesting space. So I guess what got you to first Attention Seekers, now obviously there's this new pivot into actually the value has been the audience of building, which is actually what you guys are really doing, were demonstrating your expertise in an organic way to get leads.
Yeah.
But in doing that, you've also created an asset.
Yeah.
But what kind of got you to attention seekers in the first place?
So my background's advertising. I've worked in advertising for 30 years. I've lived and worked in New York, London, Amsterdam, Stockholm, and that here. I started out as a copywriter, and then I realised early on that was limiting because of the old agency model. You'd have a copywriter and an art director, and you'd work together the whole time. And I just thought that that model was really limiting because you're just working with the same person, so you get into habits, you get lazy. And so early on in my career, I decided that I was just going to break from that and just be an individual and then limp it off other expertise when I needed it. So if I needed to do animation, I'd work with animators rather than work with my partner. And you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And so I just learned a lot. I did a lot of things. I've been a commercials director, I've been head of strategy, I'm a creative director, obviously. I've been a business owner. Like I just decided to learn as many skills as I could. I can video. I can edit. I can video. I can do all the jobs basically.
Yeah,
I can do all the jobs. So that path was up to a point when I had children. I moved to New Zealand. My ex-wife is a Kiwi. Moved to New Zealand, worked at Saatchi and TBWA. Then I set up my own business. 2017, I created my own agency. And classically, I, as many people do, I thought, I'm good at this. Everyone will come to me and I'll make a successful business. But at that point, I had absolutely zero understanding of how to run a business.
Right.
And I lasted for 5 years. I did really well. But COVID hit, I lost 2 clients. And because of my inability to run cash flow and forecast, I failed, basically. Lost it. Lost my business.
How many people were you?
Only 6.
6 is still a lot to deal with, though. You know,
I'm doing a couple of million a year.
Yeah.
Isn't a bad little business. Pretty profitable, but I just didn't protect myself against the future. Just didn't think it would go wrong, and I didn't think I'd need to because I was good at what I did. And so I just assumed that I'd succeed. And I had a dream because I'm a dreamer, and I didn't, like I'm a big picture person, as most founders are. And I just didn't consider that you have to be buttoned on all of the things that run an actual business.
What do you think the biggest challenge was in that? Like, was there specific barriers you came up against?
I think it was literally a lack of knowledge, like a lack of anyone telling me at any point what I needed to do to make sure that I protected myself and the finances of the business, because I just didn't know. And there's not really a resource. It's not like you go, oh, hang on a minute, I'm going to start a business. I need to go over to this resource over here and they'll tell me exactly what I need to do. Yeah. I just winged it.
Yeah.
4 or 5 years I winged it. And it went when it was well. It's any business. When it's good, it's good. But businesses aren't always good. You need to be able to
Were you considered in the startup phase? Like, was there a strategy for like the first period, and then you got really busy, and then like basically it kind of got to a point where it was just there were lots of moving plates?
I think another massive mistake was office space. Yeah, right. I got a really fancy office.
For liabilities, really.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I got a really fancy office because I was doing well, and I felt like I needed to impress my clients, and I got this really fancy office, which was not a good idea. Well, and again, just misunderstanding. I didn't really get that because I had the money to do it. I was like, I'll just do it, but I didn't think that was just draining any profit that I might have or any protection I might have if times were bad. Yeah, when times got bad. That bit me on the arse. Yeah,
for sure.
100%.
So interesting. That's why we didn't know when we started eccuity, but like now we're starting to feel really comfortable with where we're starting to sit in the market, because kind of to your point, there isn't really anyone in the market that's really there for business owners and founders from a like, hey, I have this problem. Like,
I don't know what I'm doing. And even earlier than that, which is I'm going to start a business. I need to know what I don't know. Yeah. That doesn't exist. I didn't know what I didn't know, so I just went into it, worked. Woo, this is fun. And then, of course, at the point it went wrong, I was nowhere.
And it is just that classic, like, the office space one is just perfect example of just, like, unnecessary expense.
Yeah, I think it's cost me like $12,000 a month for office space when I had 4 people, 5 people. Yeah. Massive. I did sublet.
Interesting.
I did sublet.
Yeah. Because you get creative quick
portion of it, but it was just unnecessary. And it was a studio space, and So I had my office where I did all the production and the ideation and all the stuff that you do in an agency, but I also had a studio space that I tried to rent, and that was incredibly difficult to do because of the admin required to manage a space.
Yeah.
And I didn't really think that through. I was it's an amazing space. People will come to my space, and of course they don't. They don't know it exists.
Especially in New Zealand as well. It was like
It was on Clay Road. It was like amazing.
oh
It was
nice.
an old tattoo parlor, wooden floors, massive stuff. It was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I loved it for the time I had it, but ultimately those things cost me dearly.
Yeah. And the kind of same principles are like kind of work from a household perspective and from a business perspective. And they're like interchangeable, really.
100%. Yeah.
I think you really learn it when you have a business,
Yeah.
and whether it goes well or not, like you just learn the realities of I have these these obligations, and you learn that when you're a parent as well. You're like, okay, now I have this household and these obligations,
I need to save my money.
and I need to work out that, like, we have this principle in our business, and we started just at the start of the pandemic. We've been going 6 years now. We're really happy with what we've built. But one of our principles is live to trade another day. And it came from our. It came from our.
to know.
It came from our trading background, but also it applies to everything, right? Like, because the only time that businesses really die, right, is when you can't make another move.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And the way to try and make it so you can make another move is obviously, but not obviously sometimes, keep the obligations low. The expectations, right? 100%. That goes for as well, like founders that raise capital from investors as well, like misaligned expectations.
Yep.
Things can derail projects really easily.
I'm not alone. I'm
sure no.
Many.
Well, I've spoken to 250 business owners now and founders and such, and it's the same story every time.
Yeah.
It was like when I first raised capital for my gaming business, even though it created a lot of growth and we very quickly got to like 450,000 users in hindsight.
Of course. Yeah.
It was the wrong time to raise.
Yeah.
So it's and seeing that business grow to where it grew to, and then having a very disappointing exit to my expectations and actually to what was possible.
Yeah.
I
was just blinded by the fact that it was going to work.
Yeah.
It was going to work. I was good. It was going to work. It's all I saw.
Did you have a bunch of savings that you deployed into it?
Yeah.
And I think that sometimes too big savings can be
in hindsight, it's
Yeah.
a huge alarm bell when you're actually funding your business by your personal money.
Well, I think it's like, how do you appropriately do it in a considered way where you're protecting, and it's kind of, you have to put your governance hat on, don't you, for your household and your business.
Yep.
And in a normal governance setting, you'd probably be kind of taken out of that decision.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Right?
100%. Yeah.
Did you have any partners in the agency, or was it just you?
Just me.
Yeah. And that's hard as well, because like
I had no banks.
you had no one to
No banks.
no one to pick
And
you
I
up.
would again, in all hindsight, but like just a straightforward advisor would have been helpful.
Yeah.
I just didn't think it. It was so like over here in the big, this is ace, I love it, it's fun. I just didn't think it through because I didn't know what I didn't know. So there's no one telling you that you go, hang on a minute, have you thought about your cash flow?
Yeah.
I mean, now, having done 4 years with the Attention Seeker,
Yeah.
I could do it again easily because I know I understand.
Was there a healing process that you had to undertake? Because your energy, you've got quite a calm, chill energy, but
I'm very much.
was that always the case?
Yeah, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
I know, like, it is what it is. Been through a lot, and it just is what it is. So and that was what after that, I was searching for something to do, and I was looking at bigger agencies again, and I didn't want to do that at the time. And then I met Stan, and he was an entrepreneur, and I thought I could probably learn a lot from him. So I joined the Attention Seeker, and then there I've pretty much done all the jobs. Not particularly good at a lot of them, but I've done all the jobs, so at least I now understand the importance of just pipeline and cash flow, which I didn't understand at all.
Yeah. And who runs that for you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Who runs the pipeline and everything?
We do it together.
You just
we're the agency is really unique as much as it's all transparent. And the team meets. We meet every Monday, and we actually take the team through the cash flow and the pipeline. And we have sales meetings every morning to go, what are the leads, what's the next action, what are the tasks, so that the whole everyone there knows the impact of losing a client on their salary potentially. Like it's a really interesting model. because everyone's kind of responsible for it. And you can't just, because a lot of people go to work and they moan about not getting paid enough, but they don't know what it takes to actually make payroll.
Yeah.
No idea what it takes to make payroll every month, And then and then they go, I don't like that client, I want to get rid of that client like that. You can't do that in the business because you just lost revenue and then you can't make payroll. So, the actual impact of losing a client could be a loss of a staff member.
Yeah. Yeah.
Staff members do not understand that. And I didn't understand, of course I didn't. No one's ever told them.
Yeah.
They just think that they're just entitled to get their salary every month and then that's it. And then the business owners do this stuff, which is probably the case in a lot of instances. But for us, it's like, no, we're all in this. Like, you want to work here, you want to be part of this culture, then you have to understand what it takes to make the business rock.
Yeah. And what are you most excited about in, I guess, content and agency and like attention in the attention world at the moment?
The opportunity, the channel opportunities. It's definitely the channel opportunity.
As in for the internal?
No, just for everyone, like for myself, or the business, just building yourself a channel in which you're...
Right. So
then you can do, like I've just started my own content series in January. And it's nuts. I'm getting recognised in the street now. Like, and that opens doors. I think it's an interesting thing for me. So I've worked in New York, London, Amsterdam, Stockholm, and here. In New York, Amsterdam, Stockholm, and New York, when you present yourself, it is on your ability or skill. Yeah. In New Zealand, it's really around who you know. It's a really different business market here. Really different. Yeah. So doing LinkedIn socials means that you shortcut that no one knows you thing, because you become sort of familiar to people and they think they know you. Yeah. And as far as a business person goes in New Zealand, you can't not do that. It's particularly if you're not a Kiwi. I don't have a network. I don't have an old boys. I don't have all the stuff that people that went to King's have. And I came here 14 years ago. And it's hard to make that and without shortcuts. And social media is a really good shortcut for that. And then building a channel, and then I can do what I want at that point because, technically, I mean, that's the idea with the attention seekers. We get to a point where we can just do what we want. Right. Because we're selling products through a channel, but we already know the audience wants to buy our stuff. Mr. Biggs means business.
With a similar model to Mr. Biggs.
100%.
I guess also, Prime. What Prime? Yeah. Prime did. Yeah, we're working with a carver company at the moment, which is working with Fale Carver to create this hops carver canned thing. Yeah. And again, just like such an obvious model, you've got the professional a winemaker and kind of person to create product, and then you've got the distribution, and that's just like match made in. And
there's another interesting thing. So we find with our business, because we've got 2 million followers and we get millions and millions of views every month, it pre-qualifies our customers because they've seen it and they know what we're up to, they know our antics. So people that don't like us don't come to us. Yeah. So it actually improves the relationships we have with our clients because they're already kind of predisposed to our way of working. You know what I mean? Like in a traditional agency, you'd pitch and you had no idea the team you're going to be working with. Whereas, when you bring in, we don't do any sales apart from that. We're doing sales now on some of the webinars. But
you're doing
from the agency's perspective, we've never done sales. Our TikTok is that sort. I mean, how many times have I had a recruiter call me up and say, do you need help with your recruitment? I'm like, well, we're getting 10 million views on our TikTok a month. No. Yeah. I don't need a recruiter because we just got a job. And then, but all of those things are real benefits to actually owning a channel.
Yes.
Massive benefits to business.
Yeah. And do you think it's only video? Like, where do you think?
Oh, LinkedIn's hugely strong as. Yeah.
LinkedIn's amazing.
Yeah. I think that like the short form video is really good for the likability piece. Like sort of like you, I think you're funny, all those things, but actually you're not. At that point, you can't really express expertise. Yeah. Whereas LinkedIn's a really good spot to, if you double up, you've got, I like you because I've seen your videos. Oh my God, you know what you're talking about on LinkedIn. Then that's the perfect,
Do you think written's strong on LinkedIn?
100%, yeah. Video hasn't really worked on LinkedIn yet.
Yeah. I find that, my written, it goes off more and actually comments.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
they're wrong. They're comments.
So many people who've got massive LinkedIn following that do not post.
I don't do
just
it.
In the comments.
Like I find I'm your perfect terrible client that just doesn't have any capacity we have 250 recorded podcasts but we get, our reach is relatively minimal.
Yeah. Oh,
But we have like 250 hours of content.
yeah, I know.
It's,
But that's most people. Most people just can't do it.
Yeah.
They want to. They think they can. They've been sold the dream, but then that doesn't. The getting involved doesn't mean you're automatically going to be able to do what you need to do, and it is just posting every day.
Yeah.
And that, like, honestly, one of the things I've learned is doesn't really matter what you say.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. As long as you're in people's faces every day, they start to think they know you, and they start to think you're an expert in your field. And it works. It's just such a shortcut.
It's so funny. Yeah, no, I mean, it's something it's interesting when you think about brand. We have been very focused on everyone else. We just ran a really cool event. We had full company.
Yeah.
But, again, no picture of what we do, no picture of what we're about. And I don't know when that's going to pay that off, if it's ever going to pay off. That's how we feel comfortable right now in our content.
Yeah. I mean, Stan's strategy is transparency.
Yeah.
Like he talks about his journey. And that's a strategy that I use, which is just literally each post is a really simple hero's journey. What's the status quo? What's the situation? What are the 3 things that my audience can relate to about that situation? What do I do about it? That's it. You post that every day, you win. Because people are behind you. They're on your side. It's nothing to do with business. Like LinkedIn's not really a business platform.
Yeah.
But having said that, LinkedIn is the only true social media because it's connected to your identity, because it's your job.
Your professional identity, yeah.
Yes. Whereas like TikTok, Finsta, all of those, you're just you presenting yourself and it's funny or whatever. There's no backup thing. Whereas LinkedIn is actually connected to what you do. So people are way more honest and real there.
Yeah.
And everyone hates, I've won an award or I've done this thing or look at this. Like people don't like that content. They like to be with the person on the journey, which is why Stan's stuff works so well, because he's just telling people his journey thing. This works, this doesn't. I fuck this up. This is great. This stuff and there's also this one shit. Like it's just that. It's just real.
Yeah.
And people get in it because they relate to that.
Yeah, and then creating the infrastructure around you to make sure that is distributed.
Yeah.
And do you think that's when most of it falls off, or was before that?
What do you mean?
Because I find that it falls off in the post-production for us.
And what do you mean?
So we might produce a lot of content, have a lot of content ideas, but then getting them actually 100, like getting them posted, there's a difference, right, between the concept of a series and then posting it.
Yeah, but there's also just do it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Just release that.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because that's a biggest barrier for people is I need to get this right. But you don't. You just need to do it. Yeah. The right thing doesn't exist.
It's almost like you just stream it.
And actually, if you post some stuff, you'll learn what works.
Yeah.
People assume they have to get it perfect, and there's this thing I always say, which is there is no fucking stadium. No one gives a fuck about your content.
Yes.
No one cares. But everyone thinks when I put this out, there's going to be this massive group of people that are waiting for me to post, and they're going to judge it, and no one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
You just have to post, and then actually by doing that, the start of my content is so different to where I'm at now because I just looked at what the audience wanted.
Yeah.
Not what I thought they wanted. I just went, I'm doing this experiment and this sticks, I'll try that. And then you go, actually that works. And I know that this format's working, so I'll just do that. And that's the best way to build it rather than assume you know and then try and get it perfect and then put it out because it won't work.
And then your expectations will be like, this thing is perfect, so it has to.
And then no one watches it and you're like, oh, fuck, I'm building it. It's no point. Why would I make this? No one cares.
Yeah.
Right. But it is just, that's a massive barrier for people.
Yeah, for sure.
And then just do it.
Yeah. Yeah. What does success look like for you over the next 5 years? Fast forward 5 years from now, what's the gap that you filled? Is there progress and things that you see that you'd like to tick off or whatever?
It's dual for me at the moment. I'm not sure if it's going to be me going back into doing another business or the media channel thing's really appealing. The attention seekers got. So I'm really not a financially driven person. I'm more of a happiness person.
Yeah.
So I think for me in 5 years, I'd like to be a bit freer. I mean, there's an illusion that having your own business makes you free. It doesn't. It's worse.
Well, yeah.
But also the
for yourself sovereign, right?
Yeah. True. Yeah. You have more control over your time, which is important. Whereas full-time employment's great because, I do because I'm the attention seeker, but it's not as bad. I'm not sweating at night I'm not the person who's trying to make payroll. So it's dual for me. I'm not sure where which way I'm going to go.
Yeah.
But
And it can
ultimately,
be a hybrid approach, right?
yeah,
I think that two things can be true at once.
Yeah.
And you can have...
and also like 5 years is so long.
5 years is long, right? But I think in 5 years you can change your life.
Yeah.
Like I think 5 years and you apply yourself to a discipline,
Yeah.
I actually think you can become well.
I'm not saying that. I know it goes real
Yeah.
fast, but actually, like I would, like if I go back and go 5 years ago, 10 years
Yeah.
ago, 15 years ago, and I tried to guess where I was going to be in 5 years' time, I was fully
Yeah.
100% off.
Yeah. But it's basically like you're kind of, I guess, would like to have skin in the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
You kind of feel like
And
there's opportunity
I've
for...
also got the allure of London or New York, like.
Okay.
Because I've got my 2 kids, and like my daughter's at med school and my son's about to leave school.
Okay.
And now I don't have a family here.
Yeah, so location is also potentially something that's...
So I don't have me and my ex-wife and I are great friends, but we're not together. So I'm really like, and I don't have any family here. So like I'm literally, when my kids leave, the world's my oyster.
Right.
I don't have to stay in New Zealand.
Yeah, cool. And that's something you're really open about and just like exploring in your...
Yeah, well, I've lived in 5 countries, and I know how that has helped my life, like how that's changed my views.
Each time you have that context shift, you go to the next level, right?
Just understanding cultures and people, and like that's been so powerful in my life. So
that's huge for me too.
I don't always think I might stay somewhere. I don't know. Sure. I mean, it's been great. Like it's been amazing here because my kids have had the best childhood, which is why I came really.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to give them the joy of free childhood, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's cool. I think that's it's a refreshing. It's refreshing to think about outside the box, right?
Yeah.
And what's possible. And even with the attention seekers model, like those locations, with the channel idea, and obviously thinking about your own distribution channels.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm working on, like, I now see the power of building my own channels and doing that.
Yeah.
I just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I like that. I don't really want to.
You don't care.
I don't
enjoy
care.
the moment.
Yeah, I just think you learn over time that you don't have much control.
Yeah.
Really, like you do within a limited amount of space, but you don't really have a lot of control. And stuff.
Sure.
Like, I don't know, something could come in tomorrow. And
I'll
do that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that's probably my modus operandi, is to be accepting of that and just wait. But not wait, but just understand that it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
There's no point trying to stress or worry about it, because
focus on what you can control.
100%.
I think, and that in business, right? That can become paralyzing.
Yeah.
Because you're actually like, you have so many potential future scenarios you may face.
Yeah.
That if you try and front run solving them, you're actually just wasting your time in a future that may never happen.
The most important thing to do is just learn.
Yeah.
Keep learning. Like, don't stop learning and taking on new skills and adopting things.
Yeah.
And it's easier as you get older to be resistant to that, but you have to. I've had to learn how to use AI.
Yeah.
I had to.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I'm left behind.
But it's and that's a whole. It could do it a whole.
That might turn. I don't know. That could turn into something.
Yeah.
Because I'm not at the level it stands at, but I understand it now. So and there's not many people that are at the level. There's certainly not many people at the level that stands at.
Yeah.
And then there's probably not many people at the level I'm at, and I'm not brilliant, but I'm at a level now. And there's all these, and that, look at what we've done with the business. We're doing webinars on AI.
Yeah, so
we're in social media agency that are now doing webinars on AI because we've built brains.
Yeah.
And agents.
Well, you're replacing labour.
Yeah.
And we've seen it obviously in engineering massively. Markets, interesting. With sales, I think sales and engineering have been the two most impacted areas of where AI is actually driving actual revenues.
Yeah.
And everything else is a bit more exploratory and R&D, right? But actually sales and engineering, like software development, massively replacing labour in a big way.
I built a website in 15 minutes on Saturday.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
Now, I think that's interesting from a design and an attention perspective, right? Because then you have this duality of like kind of half-built products glazed over, kind of, receiving, going to a...
It also is, for me, interesting is I
vibe.
don't need a website. I don't need to find a website and build one.
Yeah.
And apps are, what's going to happen to apps? I don't need to go and get an app from somewhere. I've just, my AI will make an app that will do the things that I want the app to do. You know, it's like a really interesting space for like how do
we interact with software?
Yeah, how do software developers make money? Like, it's all at my fingertips. You know.
Well, I think it's I mean, we had a consolidation. You guys probably did too of costs, which you're able to just strip out straight away and still get more output. Which we found basically net 20% operating expense gone, and probably about another $1 million worth of engineering done a year for free. That's kind of where we've sat, and there are some key software, like some key API endpoints, like API providers for different parts of the business that we rely on. And it's slimmed down, but you can deploy software that is more appropriate for what you're doing. Now, I think there's an interesting question around maintenance. There's an interesting question about monopoly, because unfortunately, even from an investing perspective, you know, a lot of game theory kind of pulls you towards the Mag 7 again, and just like Google and Microsoft and Facebook eating more of that. MyJ, obviously, Anthropic and ChatGPT kind of taking some share as well. So it does open up questions around software. Security, obviously, is another big one. Deployment. And in the interim, at the very least, you either you're cross-training people into essentially software development roles, which is common, right? A lot of white-collar people are picking up engineering capabilities or context. And then you've got the need for more engineers in a way, because everyone's trying to build their own software.
Yeah, I know. There's a ton to it.
And then it's like, how do you actually, there's two questions of what's the enterprise value of the business then, and then how much human input or human capital do you need to generate X dollars of enterprise value? Because we think about human capital, computational capital, and then capital.
Yeah.
How many dollars do I need? How many servers do I need? How many people? How many humans?
How many subscriptions do I need?
Well, that's interesting.
How many subscriptions do I need to run this thing?
Yeah, to run the business. Yeah, for sure.
It literally is everything. The subscription, right?
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Crazy. What have we done?
Yeah. Well, this has been a really cool conversation. Thank you so much for coming. Appreciate it.
Cheers. Looking forward.